Welcome back! We are back, we are still alive, and we are ready for the round 4, 5th, and 6th of the base division Pool C. How is going, Roland? How were your time? Did you have a great dinner? Are you ready for this part 3 of the day?
Yes, of course I am, Alessia. Yeah, we're back and ready to cover the C pool this time. So yeah, the C pool is an interesting group so far. There's still a lot of fight left in this pool to decide who will qualify for the next division, obviously. So do you want to walk us through what the format is, Alessia?
Sure. Let's present everyone what we are doing. Today is the second day of the Video Online Olympiad 2020. It's a huge event. There are over 150 teams, over 1,500 players from all around the world. Clearly, they are not playing all together, but they are playing. The teams are split into 5 divisions according to the ranks, and in every division they are further divided into pools. Currently we are in the base division Pool C, as you can see on the top left side of the screen. We are base division Pool C, and a very nice feature of this online Olympiad is the composition of the team, because each team features 2 open boards, 2 women's boards, 1 junior male board, and 1 junior female board. So basically every team has mostly 3 female and 3 male. And so, as Roland always said, it shows not just how strong is a country, but also the potential of the country. So it's a
exactly.
nice format.
Yeah, I really like it as well. And actually, the games have already started, so I believe it would be a good idea to dive right into them.
Sure.
Actually, before we start, let's take a look at what the matches are. So, yeah, one of the matches that immediately comes to mind is the match Cyprus versus Aruba. That match seems to be in the top of the standings. Cyprus is currently one of the leaders in this pool, and Aruba is also not doing that bad either. So to me, that would be a match to focus on. And yeah,
Yes.
but let's dive into the games, of
Yes,
course.
let's have shortly a look at the scoreboard. Like this, we see which team are leading currently. As you
Okay.
said, yes. Cyprus is leading with 6 points, so won all the game yesterday. Aruba with 5, Libya with 5, and there are 2 teams with 3 points: Cape Verde and Antigua and Barbuda. So yes, which do you think is a great pairings to focus on?
Well, yeah, Cyprus versus Aruba. So that those are the number 1 and the number 2. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. There is a
countries.
direct.
So I think that is definitely the one that we should focus on. Actually,
Yes.
Cyprus, I think, is on paper the favorite of the 2. But on the other hand, Aruba has been playing very well and is on a nice second place. So yeah, I think that may create an upset there. So yeah, do we have already some games maybe of that match available?
Yes, here we are. Do you see the games?
Yeah.
We are. I guess you let us know which board is this, but it's for sure a game of Cyprus against Aruba,
Yeah. I
and
will see where we are.
Constantinos is playing with the white pieces. It was a Catalan opening, and there is already the queen on d4 that probably took the pawn on d4. Oh, and there. Okay, this game is already, everything is happening already. So we are really into the game immediately. So I need Roland support because it's already so complex here. I mean, the white took an exchange, but lost a knight. Don't know. Roland.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap my head around this position as well. It is very complicated. So you do see the sacrifices like this more often. Black now has two pawns for the two pawns and a piece for the rook. So in material wise, that is good enough. But white can play is threatening to take on c4 right now. So for example, after bishop a6, I believe black should be more or less okay. Yeah, I think black has enough compensation. The two pawns on b4 and c4 are very annoying for white. And
Yeah.
it's not so clear what white's target will be in the next upcoming move. So yeah, it's a nice position. Peter van der Brink and Konstantinos have I think this will be a very entertaining game. Yeah.
Yes. And I guess Petri is 2100. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Peter is exactly about 2200. And let me check what
Sure. Check.
Konstantinos is actually a 1996 player according to the FIDE rating. Yeah. So we should stress this as well, actually. So what you see right now is actually not the official not the official FIDE ratings, but these are the chess.com ratings. So these do not actually depict what their official ratings are. So I'll try my best to keep you updated. And so keep in mind that, Konstantinos is a 1996 player and Peter van der Brink is a 2180 player. So
yeah, so around 200 rating difference is not such a huge difference like it seems. Actually, the player with more rating is the player with the black pieces in the position. So yeah, don't forget it. So queen f4 attacking the queen. I guess maybe queen f5 can be an idea like this. The queen can protect the pawn. I think.
Yeah, makes sense. Queen a5 looks good. Maybe followed up by e5, so that the c7 pawn is forever protected. On the other hand, white wants to play knight bd2 to attack the c4 pawn. So you might also consider a move like queen c5. I was going to. But queen h5 is actually also a nice move because it prevents knight d2 because the e2 pawn will be hanging off. So that's a clever move.
But what about, bishop takes c7?
I guess black doesn't really care about that pawn, and maybe it's justifiably so, because after bishop takes c7, yeah, the rook will come to c8 at some point, or after knight bd7, knight c5, knight b3. Black will get a good compensation for the pawn. So very aggressive play by Peter van der Brink.
Yeah, and maybe this queen on h7 has also potential to attack the king side. I see moves like knight g4, maybe even g5 after h4.
Ooh, yeah, that works. Yeah, that's true. But after knight g4, white also can play h3, I believe.
H3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But after h5, I can't resist to play these moves.
That would actually be winning, I believe. You're right there.
All right,
so very interesting game. Maybe we should briefly check how the other games of the match are progressing.
Sure. Let's try to find games of the same. Sorry to going so fast through, but I'm trying to find game of the same team. Like this, we can focus on one team. I guess we. Don't tell them.
We have 30 games in total, everyone. So we are sometimes a bit searching for the right game there.
Yeah, because there are some games, but now we have more games. I learned the trick. I know that some games are like starting later. player not connecting, so I just have to follow all the games again, and here we are. So we have another board, the Fidemaster Paris Cleveridas against Mr. Octavio from
Yes.
Aruba.
That is board 2.
Yes.
So, and what is this? This is more or less a hedgehog.
Yes, exactly. I
position.
wanted to say. So
Yeah.
this is an edge structure. I guess was a Sicilian, or not actually. Not was a D4 line. How did they enter? Okay, was an East Indian with C5, an Indian game I would say with C5. So that can looks at the end if whites play E4, it can look really exactly similar to a Sicilian. So
Yeah. I'm wondering if, okay, so white is a bit better here. Usually you want to try and get some counterplay in positions like this as black, because you are a bit cramped. You are lacking a little bit of space in positions like this. So the way to break out usually is something like D5 or B5, but it seems that white has that nicely under control for now. So white should be a bit better, but like these type of openings are really interesting for black players, because it usually means that they can just sit back, play normal moves, and wait until white maybe over pushes. That is something that happens very often in blitz games. And so, yeah, it's a very provocative opening. White wants to maybe play a move like f4, maybe f5, maybe even g4, g5 at some point if you prepared with h3. So, yeah, stuff like that. But that would also, how do you say, weaken your king side a little bit, and that is the moment that black wants to strike usually.
Yeah, so basically, no, black is really like an edgehog, is waiting and is just ready to attack if white would over push or expose himself too much. And I guess also, this is a very typical structure for both for white and for black, because we have the Mark C structure and we have the hedgehog, and there are clearly differences for both players. As we can see, white has much more space, and so white has much more space, and so it doesn't want to change pieces and try to keep as much pieces on the board, because having more spaces can maneuver better, and he has a lot of good squares for his pieces. So Roland, what do you think? There is the bishop on g2 that is missing. The light square bishop is not on the board. I guess this is in favor. I would say this is in favor of black.
Yeah, it is. Usually that's in favor of black, because, with black lacking some space, it's usually good to trade off as much pieces as you can so that you are having more space to maneuver your pieces around. And with the bishops on the board, it would have been a lot harder for black to get the pieces to the right squares, even though in current theory they even put a queen on a8 with a nice maneuver with queen c7, queen rook c8, queen b8, queen a8. Picture a bishop on b7, everyone, and then you'll see how funny that looks, but it's actually one of the main ideas in that with the bishops on the board. So now you can just take two moves, queen d7, queen b7, and there you go. The queen is nicely placed on the b7 moment. So
queen c7, queen b7. Like I guess it happened. Yeah.
And just an example, and so this is why I think that it should be a better version of the usual hedgehog.
So I guess this will be a slow game. Also, we see that white is not exposing himself too much. He's not pushing all the pawn. He's not doing f4, b4. He's calmly building up, trying to improve the position of his pieces. And so I guess this will be a long fight, I guess.
Yeah, it's the critical moment is yet to begin, I believe. g6 is an interesting move. I'm not sure that I like it, because there's a bishop on b2.
Yeah, no, that's true. Mostly, I guess the idea is to bring back the bishop to maneuver the bishop to g7. But yeah, that's true. White has a bishop on d2, and black needs to take care, because this knight might be under danger.
Yeah, a little bit. But
in
okay,
danger.
we have to wait and see what happens. It's a very interesting position, so we're definitely coming back to this game at
Yeah.
some point.
So
So
let's
let's
try to
take a look.
find. Yes, here we have. This is, I guess, Alice. So might be a women board. I guess.
Yeah, let me confirm that. That is actually the first women board in this match. So board free. Yep.
So what about this position? I see the material is pretty equal. There is a pawn on d6 that might be a bit weak here. And knight on h5 wants probably to prepare. Okay, f5 is not really a possibility, but maybe to go to f4 in the future, or even, yeah. What do you think? Could the knight go to f5, f4?
Absolutely, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
because even if bishop take and pawn take, it's true that it might be that the f pawn might be weak, but the bishop, the dark square bishop is, yeah, becomes really powerful.
yeah. No, knight f4 is very common, yeah. And usually white never takes on f4. But yeah, because of the power of the bishop on g7 then. So no, knight f4 is absolutely a very normal idea for black. Actually, I would immediately play it in this position, I think.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I
Not
mean,
between d2, maybe d5 already, just to get in there in the center.
sort of like black position. If we can play knight f4 and d5, it seems nice. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it works, but it looks like a very interesting idea at the very least.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this queen going? Probably towards the king side.
Yeah, perhaps maybe. Well, it only has one or two squares, queen f6 or queen h4. I'm not exactly sure what Blacks wants with that, but it's a logical move. It doesn't give anything away. Maybe actually it will support the knight on e6 eventually after knight f4, and if the knight ever gets kicked away, it maybe can go to e6 at some
Yeah.
point. But I don't know. I would have probably played something else myself. But it's not a bad move. It doesn't give anything away. And yeah, I think white might. I think the position is, yeah, not exactly equal, but dynamically balanced, perhaps.
Okay.
Let me call that cliche word. Yeah,
Which
dynamically
what does
balanced.
it mean dynamically balance?
Well, if you exchange all the pieces, then it's about equal. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
like
Okay.
if you play knight f4, then for example, dynamics are that pawn structures will change, pieces will get traded, and with balanced, I mean that it's more or less an equal position. So I think that's more or less if there are any trades or if there are any changes in the position, then I think that the position will still be equal. Yeah,
All right. So here we have bishop a6. Whites want to trade the light square bishop. And let's see how black will face. But now, let's move to another game.
all right.
Here we have
Yeah,
Larissa, might be the second women board, I guess.
yeah,
Larissa against Aymara Ballestero.
yeah.
And yeah,
The second
I
board of the women.
also here the structure is pretty symmetrical. But there is a difference, and is the bishop first of all, and then also this knight that could get very soon to c4. So I would say that yeah, the the structure is extremely symmetrical, but I prefer a bit better black position due to the knight and also this bishop that, as the central pawns are on the light squares, he has a bit more play. Yeah, maybe can support
Mhm.
also the game on the queen side. For example, b3 is not possible. Also, b4 would not be.
Yeah.
Okay, b4 would be possible.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Yeah, black should be a bit better, and that's mainly because actually of the knight on c4.
Yeah.
That piece is really annoying for white right now. It's not easy to get rid of that knight. Knight d2 is a possibility, at some point, but that still has its drawbacks. And the first problem White has to solve is how to protect the b2 pawn.
Yeah. Maybe
So
before can be a way.
b4 could be, but then you are weakening all the white squares on the queen side. So, for example, after b4, a move like queen a4 is already attacking the a3 pawn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is looking very, very good, I believe, for black. It's not winning by any means, but I do think that positionally this plays much nicer for black.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I will play here something like queen b5, I think. I will try to put the queen there.
Yeah, that's an interesting option. Yeah, indeed. Queen a4 also comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay, but let's try to put two rooks on the c file. This is also completely reasonable, makes sense. And yeah, should be more or less equal, but is much more comfortable to play it for black, I'd say.
I think, yeah, I agree with that. Maybe black is even slightly better. Yeah.
All right, let's go on. I guess we are at the juniors board now. And here we have Chrysostomos. Yeah, it seems like a typical name of from Cyprus. Against Antonio. Kiel Gian Antonio. Antonio is an Italian name. Actually, in my city there is Saint Antonio that is the protector of my cities. Oh no! What I'm saying, this is not true. Forget about it.
I don't know an Antonio, to be honest. But okay, hey, it's a nice name. Let's leave it at that, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's a very interesting position, actually. The knights are very nicely placed on f5 and g4 from white, but black has very nice bishops on b6 and b7, and that could lead to very interesting play. For example, black has the opportunity to play knight f4, already putting pressure on the white king side.
Which knight on f4?
I guess you should start with the d knight.
Yeah, because like this g2 is attacked. I like it.
Yeah, and the other knight can protect the e5 pawn, and you can also are attacking actually the d3. There you go. Hey,
yes.
Hey. He's listening.
I hope not.
Turn off your Twitch. Turn off the Twitch right now.
Yes, we say to all the players, turn off your Twitch. Don't listen at the commentary. Come on, guys. Let's be fair.
Yeah, of course. No, we are, of course,
joking.
Chess.com is very good at anti-cheating measures, and it is clear that. Right. So knight f4 is being played. It's not so clear to me how white should react. I mean, black's clearly threatening knight takes g2 and knight takes d3. So how would you solve that?
Yeah, it's not easy.
It simply looks very, very good for black, actually. Maybe some sacrifice with knight g, e3, and queen g4, perhaps, but that looks a bit too much, to be honest.
Maybe white can take on e5.
Actually, I have an idea. What about bishop takes f4 right now?
Ah, that's true.
Knight takes f4. And then knight g takes h6 for white.
Wow.
I think that is a very nice combination.
This is brilliant. And now knight g take h6.
Yeah. With the idea g takes h6, queen g4. And you cannot stop a mate because after queen g5, you have knight takes h6. And after knight g6, you have queen takes g6. So,
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so maybe knight df4 was, well,
sorry?
I don't know. Well, at least there are tricks like that in the position. So
yes, we see. Yeah. But it's not so easy to see all that. I have got to say that.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Easy. I guess everyone in the chat saw that.
Yeah, right, chat? Everybody saw that, right?
Sure.
Put a smiley face if you had to say yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, okay, but still, it's very good. Yeah. Okay. Knight takes e5 instead placed. Instead played instead. And okay, but after knight takes. Okay, it seems that was not the best move, but now bishop takes f4, I suppose.
Ah,
And
yeah.
then after knight takes d3, there's once again this move queen g4, which looks very bad actually.
Yeah, also bishop take h6, no?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, bishop takes h6 also
Now
possible.
I'm copying
With,
your
uh,
ideas.
with the same trick. Well, I'm glad you pay attention, you know. Bishop takes h6, queen g4. Yeah.
Yeah, many ideas. I mean, it's as we are learning, guys. Don't forget, in chess, order moves are important, so you might always check which move is best, because the idea is clear, attack there, but then you have to calculate concretely which order of moves is the best, because it's not always the same.
Yeah, instead of knight takes e5, perhaps it was more interesting to play queen g5 to try and get some mate in there yourself as black.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
you have the same ideas and you're also threatening to take on f5 more or less. So I guess white needs to react with a move like queen g4.
No, but
But
wait, Roland, what did you eat for dinner? You're playing extremely aggressive. We're both
oh,
colors.
I ate Italian today. That's what I was eating.
Oh!
I've got the Italian fire in me.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It was I had actually spicy sauce as well. So
Yeah, so spicy play, spicy sauce, past spicy play.
so after queen g4, probably just exchange on g4 and then take on d3 at some point, and black should be well first take on e5 and then take
Yeah.
and black should be a bit better, I believe, but maybe not so much. Yeah, so queen g5 would have been a logical move, I believe, because in the game it seems like white is on top. After knight takes e5, bishop takes f4, which is actually on the board.
On the
So
board.
now, queen g4 or your move, bishop takes h6 looks very, very good for white.
I guess queen g4 is more natural, and yeah, it's
Maybe.
not.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's not risking. Is attacking, and because bishop, yeah, might be.
I think they're both okay.
Yeah.
So after queen g4, queen f6 most likely, then we will take on h6.
Yeah.
Either with the knight or with the bishop. So no, this is looking extremely, extremely good for white. So yeah.
I agree. Okay, let's try to. I think we are at. Yes, this might be the board number 6 of this match, Cyprus against Aruba.
All right.
And here we have Danai against Tamara. So Tamara might be a female name, I guess.
Might be, but it's a bit risky to say that now.
I won't say it anymore.
No, it's true. This is the under 20 women's board at the moment. Yeah.
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 All right. So what is this position for? Same pawn, same material for both colors. Yeah, I would say that is around equal this position. Maybe a bit better for white because white has better control of the center, more space, and so might be slightly better here. Might be actually a bit more pleasant to play for white.
I think that Magnus would have a field day in this position, yeah, because he likes to maneuver in endgames like this, and actually white has all the freedom to advance with his pawn. So
yeah, that's
e4,
true.
f4, g5, f5, e5, perhaps. I think that white is having all the fun here. White can just start pushing the pawns and start making progress on the king side, while black is struggling a little bit to find some counterplay here, because the e4 pawn is extremely well defended. So,
I agree.
yeah, looks very good for white, but still, okay, this is a technical position. You do have to.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have an idea maybe for black. Maybe D5 is an idea.
Yeah, but what about? I was thinking exactly that. But what about just white
Yeah.
plays e5?
Then knight D7, and then you can try to create some counterplay with the move C5 at some point.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there
Or
could be some
F6.
breakthrough.
F6 is also an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, white is definitely a bit better, but yeah, black could and should maybe be able to hold. Yeah. Maybe Karyakin is the player with black 10, and he will say, "Nah, I'm gonna easily keep this position to a draw." So
Yes.
yeah.
So let's go back to the first game of this match, the first board, where white should be an exchange up. But I guess black has quite a lot of compensation, always due to those amazing pawns that I wish everyone to have because they look extremely promising. And is it true that two pawns on the 6th rank or 3rd rank is like a queen?
Uh, I thought it was like a rook.
Aha, like a
Yeah.
rook.
Yeah, but it's not always the case. It depends, of course. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, but it's of course very dangerous to have pawns like that in the position.
So this is like a bishop?
Well, if you start deducing like that, then that makes sense. Yeah, of course. I am thinking a little bit about the concrete things here as well. Like rook d7 is a strong move. It attacks the f7 pawn.
Yeah.
Might not matter, and the c7 pawn. So I'm inclined to say maybe just bishop e5, give the f7 pawn, and then start running with your b and c pawn. Looks like a very good idea. Yeah, I think white is in big trouble here. Actually, after the move bishop e5.
Bishop e5. I like it.
Yeah, and now just play b3, c3, c2. There's not much white can do about it.
Yeah, I agree. Seems okay. White can start to take, maybe give some check, but it's not a big deal.
No, it's not enough. The king goes to h6, and if then rook f8, then you just play g6. There's no mate anywhere, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Actually, the king can also wait and go to g8. Sure.
Yeah, g8 also possible. I was maybe a little bit worried about a mating net with bishop e4 and bishop g6 at some point, but yeah, I think it might also work. Yeah, because
Yeah, no,
the
but
rook
that's
can
true.
sit.
Better to go to h6 and then to play g6, and it should be completely fine.
Yeah. So yeah. So what's the material actually? So material even after rook takes f7, material
Actually,
is
this is on the
equal.
board.
Okay.
Bishop e5 is on the board.
King h6, very good choice.
Yes?
And after rook takes f7, you don't need to play g6 yet. You can just play b3, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, just push those pawns. Baby. That's how Saira one would say that. Yeah, push them pawns, baby.
Push them, baby.
Yeah. Right. Legendary commentator, of course. Saira.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so this is a good game, a good position, it seems, for black.
Yeah, I guess we have the mate on the board. Oh. You remember this position? I mean, it didn't went much longer. So it was queen g4, king h8, a huge mistake clearly, and queen takes g7, a straight mate on the board.
Okay, so that means that Cyprus is in the lead
Yeah.
with a win. So that's good for Cyprus.
Chrysostomos is celebrating right now. Okay, let's see the next board. Here we have. Okay.
Yeah.
A change suddenly. So
Dynamically balanced is what they always say. Yeah. Okay. So
I still have to understand what dynamic balance is.
it's a word you can say almost in every position. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice word. It's like saying something like, yes, every advantage has a disadvantage.
So you want to say that you see a lot of stuff that doesn't mean that don't mean too much. Alright. Okay, I would say that this is dynamical balance, but also pretty equal. Because
this is just draw.
Yeah. Well,
Just
don't say
put
just a
the-
draw. You remember the previous rounds, I think Paul B. Actually, one of the nicest moment, the comeback of, I guess was white or black. This pawn end games that was completely lost.
the
Maybe
pawn
this
on the
morning
king
even.
side, where white went to play for a win, but played the move f3, and then suddenly,
Exactly.
yeah, endings can be tricky, but this ending is not so tricky. I think black, you can do basically anything in such a position.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe white can maybe play a little bit on. For example, white's king is a little bit closer to the center. There you go. So white can maybe start pushing a little bit, but
Yeah, but if he goes back now.
yeah, but rook e7 is a clear way of making a draw there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, this will be a
technical.
draw probably. Let's move to. Oh no, this is another game. Oh, here we have a pawn end game. Uh, wow. Okay, pawn end games are always tricky, so we gotta always take care. One idea could be, I guess that black is doing a bit better because it can close everything probably on the king side, and then start to run with the king on the other side of the board and try to push b4 at one point, at the right point.
It is a bit interesting. I think white needs to play h4 now. If you don't play h4, then black might play h4.
h4, yeah.
And then black maybe has some winning chances.
Oh,
Okay,
but
but
this is
g4,
blunder.
that's a blunder. Yeah, absolutely. Black is simply winning a pawn now.
g4 is a lovely move, especially move 1, but 37, not a great choice at the moment.
No, not in this position at least. No.
No.
Yeah. So if we go back one move, actually, before he played g4, if you play h4, there's nothing black can do. It's simply a closed position wherever the pawn is going to take. It's or to push through. There's no breakthrough anymore in the position. So this was
Because,
an easy draw. Yeah, and so that was necessary. But yeah, g4. I really hope that was not a mouse slip. And yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really, of course. Sad.
Unfortunate. I learned that
Unfortunate,
terms that you are using a lot.
Exactly. So, but once again, a good result for Cyprus. So they are doing work so far.
Yes, also here Cyprus won with the white pieces, and I guess also here white black won with the
Wow.
black pieces. So it's quite a dominant result for Cyprus. I guess all the games are finished. No, actually there is still this rook and games that we said is a dead draw, but I don't see one pawn for white.
Oh boy. I want to check how he lost that pawn at some point. But
Yeah.
okay, let's first assess the position. So
Yes.
this is over. Objectively, this is winning for white. The pawn is just gonna move. The rook is gonna come to e6. That's
Yeah.
probably to start helping out there. Yeah, the pawn is already well advanced as well, so this should be winning.
Yes. Okay.
rook
Now
b6.
rook b. Yeah. Rook b6, changing the rook. Okay. Also, this is winning.
Also fine, followed by rook e6 at some point, and it should be winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but you never know. You never know, right? Maybe there will be a mistake on one of the sides.
Okay, but now is again quite clear. I think king b8 only move, and then rook e6.
Or rook d6.
I prefer rook. Okay, also rook d. I like, and now rook d8 and
Now
ciao.
rook d8 wins, indeed. Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is the way to draw, my friend. Do you know that? I mean, if you give check one more time there, you will regret for. Yeah, but now he's going to e8. Yeah, it seems a bit better. Now black. Oh no, it's just completely lost. I mean, I think the only move is rook c7 to prolong the game,
Yeah,
And
we're looking, just a reminder, we're looking at the last board. These are two 1200 players, so yeah, yeah, they're not top grandmasters, so they might not always play the most accurate moves. But yeah, it looks like white is simply winning here. So
yeah.
found the right plan, and next move probably rook e8 with a winning position.
Yes. So okay, there are still few games. So I'd love to move to other games. Yeah, this is, for example, I guess is the perfect position for some mess up in the in the time trouble. What do you think? I see white is 2 pawn up, but still there are queen, rooks, and opposite color bishop. That means also that there is some extra chance on one color of the board.
Yeah, white is 2 pawns up though, and but black is having a good time on the king side there. I don't see a way to break through yet, but okay, it's also hard for white to make advances here because the queen on g2 is very, very passive at the moment. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, maybe this is actually some sort of a stalemate because both players can't really do anything. Now, for example, bishop b7, and what does black do? How can black
Queen
make
g4.
make a
Okay.
draw? Yeah.
Okay.
Is white in Zugzwang? That would be weird. What does white play? Your queen h2?
g4.
Well, oh my grob, right?
Oh my god. Guys, g4 is not, I mean, move one I recommend to action. No, I cannot say this. Chess.com and define grab a wide opening. Not, definitely not a good recommendation for white. I knew these words are here in my mind. I will never forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so let's see. We're actually taking a look now at a different match. This is Libya with the black pieces against Cape Verde with the white pieces.
Uh oh,
And
oh.
board one.
Oh, black is really doing great. I mean, white is an international master, and black is not a title player, and it just found this combination like in 2 seconds, and yeah, and now this king looks like in big danger, and there is a mate threat on the h2, and might be not possible to save it. Queen g2 is the only way, and now
Oh. Okay, queen e3. Yeah, so it's not over yet. King h3. How do you win this?
oh wait.
Can you win this?
Wait, don't move. Stop! Don't make a draw! Come on! Come
How do you,
on!
how do you,
No!
I don't see how you win this though. How do you win this with black?
Yeah, but think at least. Think 2 seconds. Don't rush into that. Come on.
Shall we try to find a win
Yeah.
for black here?
Yeah,
So
push g5. I guess, yeah, try to open up something.
I don't know. We have some sort of attacking idea here.
Yeah, I guess f5. Why not?
G
Oh.
takes f5. And what did you achieve there?
G take f6, okay.
Sorry, G takes f6, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a move like
Maybe
queen.
bishop f4?
Yeah,
Not
but
really.
queen f3. I was thinking maybe a move. It's gonna be a bit weird, but maybe a move like queen d4 actually, so that you can play queen d7 check, queen d1 check, stuff like that. That might be interesting.
So
Maybe.
let's see from this point, might be there is something else. Yeah.
See it, yeah.
Chat, do you see something? Yes, I mean, the
Maybe
game.
it's just a draw. I mean, we're taking a look also because the computer is saying that it's completely winning for
Well,
black.
the computer says mate 9, so I trust the computer and I will.
Mate 9. Oh, that is the kind of position where you have to triangle, most likely.
Okay, so the way to go is having is from here. So we want to see is very structured. I say to everybody, I'm here now with the engine. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
F6.
Okay. I didn't see that.
G take f6 and king take f6.
Followed by.
followed by, I guess, I don't know.
G,
Ah,
G5 or Queen H6 and Queen H5. Yeah,
also
yeah,
G5 can be an idea. Yeah.
yeah. But you're right. Yeah, this
So
is
what was the problem with F5? Ah, E take
he takes
F5.
F5. Yes, yes.
I thought that the pawn here was helping, but is not helping. Controlling the G4 square.
Well, yeah, but bishop is coming to F3. You still need to make a mating net.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. So the bishop is coming back. So F6 is much better because
F6.
you have basically the same idea, but this pawn actually is very important, not for white but for black, because it closed the bishop. It take away the bishop away from the game. So F6
Yeah.
is a brilliant
Also,
move.
also, I want to mention that after F6, A7, white can start promoting the pawn. But after A7, you play F takes G5,
Yeah.
A8, and now Queen H4. It's already made. So
And
F6,
GG.
nice move, nice move. A pity that the Libyan player couldn't find it. But
Yeah, it's always
yeah,
important. Keep calm. You have time. Think 2 extra seconds and try at least to understand. I would appreciate the effort, but I don't appreciate a fast draw like that. You have to think the position. I mean,
there was a famous singer called Aretha Franklin who said, "You better think."
yeah, you better think. I agree. And I
Okay.
guess this was the last game of this first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely have a favorite moment already. So me getting angry with the player from Libya. Yeah, but yeah, that's fine. So I guess we are going to have a short break and we will be back for round number 5. And yeah, okay, let's see first if we have some results.
Yep. Let's check the results, perhaps. Yeah. So I have the results right in front of me.
Yes, we also have
Yeah,
here. So
we have it.
you
Nice.
can read them.
Okay. Yeah, I will read them. Yeah. So Libya, actually, with this last draw, they secured the win over Cape Verde. So maybe that's why he was just very satisfied with the draw in the last. Yeah, and Cyprus won.
Maybe there was the captain in his headphones. Make it up, make it up, make it up, and he was like fast, very fast. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. That's how you will be with the Italian team.
Yeah. Make it up. Come on, make it up.
Biggest result, I would say Cyprus versus Aruba, the players, the game, number 1 and number 2, 4.5, 1.5. So big result for Cyprus. They're doing great in the standings so far. Yeah, St. Lucia winning with 4-2 against Antigua and Barbuda. Grenada losing to Haiti with 6-0.
Yeah.
Grenada unfortunately couldn't make a full team with 6 players. They came on with 3 players only. So yeah, but Haiti still won all the games there. So 6-0. Mauritania coming back strong, by the way. Yesterday they won the last 2 matches and now they have 6-0 against the Cayman Islands. And that is that. Now let's take a look at the standings.
Yeah, that's good. I guess they are not yet updated, so we will have a look when we are back.
Okay.
So, but I guess Cyprus is already one step into Division 4 because he won basically all these matches. So yeah, he's doing really
Actually,
great job.
The standings are updated. There were 4 games, 4 rounds played. So yeah, 8 points is correct there.
You are right. So yeah, Cyprus is with 8 points, leading the Pool C. Libya is at second place with 7 points. Then we have Aruba that just lost against Cyprus, so with 5 points. And as you said, yeah, what a comeback for Mauritania with 4 points. I would say actually that this Pool C is the most unsure because there are actually 3 teams that with 4 points. St. Lucia, Haiti, and Mauritania. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's really unclear. And
really
also,
unclear
yeah,
indeed. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, Grenada still on 0 points. Cayman Islands on 2 points. Yeah, but you never know. Maybe they'll come back in the next rounds. And with that, we're going to take a short break, everyone. We'll be back in a few minutes with, of course, round five of the Pool C in the base division.
And here we are. We are back for round number 5. We are same division, base division, Pool C. I guess is a good timing to for a short reminder about what we are doing, what is the online Olympiad, what is this base division, what does it mean Pool C, and yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I guess that's my cue. All right. So yeah, we are in the base division now, which means that we're in the lowest division. The top 4 teams are having a chance to get to the next division. And it's, of course, a truly worldwide event featuring 163 teams and over 1,500 players from around the world. Yeah. So yeah, where I was going was teams are split up into 5 divisions, and we are now on the division which is the lowest of the 5, and they all have a chance to win a spot into Division 4. The top teams will then move on to Division 3, and then the top division will move on to uh, then they will move on eventually to the top division, and they will advance to stage 2. Yeah, it's a lot, guys. So, and in the stage 2, actually, we will play for the medals. So we have a long way to go. A good month of fun with this, with all these divisions and all these countries that are participating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. Instead, this is one of the longest event that we see in the last years. I would say is going more longer than 1 month. As you can see in this card, the last day will be August 30th. So we have really, really, really a long time together. And now I would like to show everybody a bit all the teams that will participate. As you saw, there are 163 teams. This is a number, but here you can see all the flags. So
Mm-hmm.
these are all the flags in the country that are fighting already now in the base division. Next weekend we will have much more teams. So the winner team of the base division, so the 12 strong team that will advance to Division 4, plus all the teams that are already seated in this division. And then in about 1 more week, we will proceed to Division 3. And I want to show a bit which teams are in this division. Like this, you can also recognize maybe your country, and be sure when you gotta stay here to give all support to your country. So this is Division 3. This is Division 2. I guess one of the division that is very close to the commentator, to the host of this base division, because Italy is there, Netherlands is there, I would say also Switzerland is there. Yes,
Yeah,
Roland?
there you go. Yeah, of course, Division 2 is actually the one that I'm most interested in, of course. Yeah, but it's not the top division, is it? And the top division is actually where the countries are playing for the most important thing, which is qualification for the playoffs. So
Yeah.
yeah, here you go. The 5 strongest countries are Russia, China, USA, Ukraine, and India. They are seated here. They don't have to qualify. And nominated by the continents are 20 teams that are also already qualified. So yeah, this is what it's all about. And right now we are only at the start, of course, with once again the base division. So these are not the top countries based on their strength. They are divided into these divisions, and we are now, yeah, at the base division.
Yes,
We'll see.
right. And so let's go shortly to the scoreboard. Like this, we see, uh, yeah, where we are left. So Cyprus, Libya, Aruba, and Mauritania would be currently qualified and would advance, but clearly there are still a lot of rounds to go. I guess 5 rounds to go. Yes, 5 rounds to go. So as you can see, this pool C is really extremely open, because I mean, even I would say that everyone has still chance to qualify. Even Grenada is 4 points from the qualification, so it's for sure still possible for everyone. For sure, for Grenada the job is much harder than from other teams, but everyone has a chance to qualify.
Yeah, I agree there. And yeah, we are waiting for the games to start. And in the meantime, I actually let's also mention one more thing, and that is how the teams are structured actually.
Yeah.
So it's not in the usual fashion that we have got the best players of the country. We've got a composition which is two strong players, then two women players, and then two youth players. And the youth players are actually the youth player under 20 and the women youth player under 20. So that is the format that we're doing. So it will be 6 against 6 and most likely three versus three, free, free men, free women. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the next matches is starting in less than 2 minutes, so stay tuned and feel free to write in the chat the country that you are cheering for. We are curious to see how many countries are already now in the chat because there are already a lot of countries that are inside this competition. So might be that there are a lot of fans also in the chat from different parts of the world. So
Yeah, I think that actually in this match, what match do you think we would should focus on?
well, maybe Cyprus and Libya can be interesting. I guess yes, they are currently first and second place. So I guess this can be interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that would be the most interesting as well. It's always good to focus on the top teams, of course, and Cyprus and Libya are actually the top teams. So, yeah, I would say that we are going to focus on that match. Yeah, I think Cyprus is totally killing it so far. They have scored, I believe, very good points. They all, I don't think they left a lot of points. Like they, I think they, let's see what the last round was. The last round they had a big match against Aruba and they won big time with 4.5, 1.5. And the other matches were also very clearly victories for Cyprus. So they're doing absolutely great. And Libya, of course, has 1 point less with one draw in the previous match. So yeah, so that's definitely the one to look forward to. These two countries are playing extremely well in this pool, so they are sure to be in the top four who advance to the next pool, to the next division if this continues for those two countries. Yeah.
Okay, I guess that some teams um, are having a small problem. That's why we have a small delay for for the next round. But now they should really start in 5 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes was 3 minutes ago, so should be in 2 minutes. I would say I'm going on to say in 2 minutes from a while. So right now
Yeah.
I don't know.
We are simply waiting, everybody, and it seems that we are shortly getting a hand of the games. We
Yes,
are almost there, everyone.
we have a link
Don't worry.
already. So when we have a link, it means that we are quite near to the games. Let's see if we get some games. Not yet, but we will get them.
All right. Yeah. Stay patient with us. We're getting them as soon as we can, of course. Um, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I should ask you a question like, okay, have you ever been to Saint Lucia, Alessia?
No, I don't know where it is.
Okay. Saint Lucia is an island in the Caribbean area, actually. And yeah, actually, a lot of countries that you see right here are actually in close to the Caribbean. So, for example, Grenada is also an island in the Caribbean.
Yeah, yeah,
There you go. We have a few islands participating from the Caribbean area.
yeah. And I've been actually. Let me put all the country of base division, because maybe an easier question. Have you ever been to one of at least to one of those countries?
You mean Oh, let me check. Yeah, one. I've
Lebanon.
been in Lebanon actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew
I
that.
played. She really wants me to show my cup, everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I was in Lebanon, I took a souvenir with me, which is a Lebanon cup, not the biggest one. It's now in the sink. I need to do the dishes, and yeah, I've been there.
Tomorrow, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna do my best to show it to you guys. It's nothing fancy, but it might be fun. Yeah, and Lebanon is actually one of the countries that's also doing very well. They in Pool B,
Yeah.
doing absolutely great. And actually, I'm wondering if I've been to another country maybe as well.
Ah, yeah, good
I was
question.
thinking maybe I would have been to Cyprus. No, I don't think I've been there actually.
Yeah.
So
Qatar? Maybe once with the flights.
no, also not.
Mhm.
I would like to go to the Fiji Islands though. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would. I've heard that the Fiji Islands are great for holidays and for vacation. Uh,
Mhm.
I think I would love to go there. Actually, Haiti also sounds very nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
also a group of islands.
And Dr. Congo?
Yeah, Dr. Congo. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. What is so funny to read DR.
yeah. DR stands for Democratic
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Republic.
Republic. Yeah, of Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to visit all these countries at once. Actually, I didn't know that some of these countries actually existed. For example, Brunei Darussalam in Pool A is a country that is stationed in Indonesia, near Indonesia on the island of Brunei. And it's actually right on the top of that island. So, yeah, I didn't know it existed. It's a very small place, but actually, Brunei is doing extremely well also in Pool A. They are also going
Yeah.
to qualify for the next division. So this is it's a lot of fun to see countries like this participate in a
Mhm.
big tournament like this. It shows how chess is really a worldly game to play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've been to San Marino. Is I guess the only country where I've been. Maybe I mean I should have played with them in the Olympiad because I've been once there, so I think it's already enough to. I guess the FIDE would understand. There are really few thousand people living there, so they should allow us to play person that were yeah visit that country once. I think. Oops, sorry.
Well, maybe I should do that too then. And maybe we can grab some friends and then go all the way to San Marino and make one of the strongest teams and we will qualify for the third division. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be yeah, that would be quite hilarious. I mean, if it's enough to go to yeah, then I could play for Switzerland. I guess I would be in the Switzerland team. But I guess also that the game are starting. So
All
yes,
right.
we have
So we
it.
finally have the games. Nice. Let's
Yes.
dive right into the games then.
Yes. All right. So let me remind me please which game should we be following, which
Yeah.
match?
So the most interesting match is the number 1 and 2. So that is Libya versus Cyprus.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we
Cyprus.
gotta find a Cyprus flag.
Yeah, a white flag, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it is the easiest flag because it's white and is yeah. I will never find it. There are plenty of boards, guys. You can't realize. Well, yes, you can see that. All right, here we have the first board. Maybe Roland will tell us which board it is, but we are our friend Constantine. No, not Constantinos. Ah, yes, Constantinos.
Uh,
From Cyprus.
Yeah, so Konstantinos is, let me check. Yeah, we're actually looking at board 1. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so FIDE Master Asabri Hussein with a rating of 2218 versus Mikhailides Konstantinos. So, yeah, with a rating of 1996. I'll try to keep you updated on the ratings, everybody, because the ratings that you see right now are actually chess.com ratings and not FIDE ratings. So I'll try to keep you updated. But it seems that in this match, the Libyan player is the favorite, at least on rating. It has about 200 rating points more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to see. I guess that for sure the Cyprus players are quite hyped and happy on about how it's going this competition until now. So yeah, we will see.
All right, maybe we should also bring the board up and show us where the what's actually happening. Okay, so there is a game with f4. I'm not sure that f4 is the best idea there. Um, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that's a good idea. So I'm not sure that we're actually showing the board on the live screen at the moment. Um,
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, that was a little slip up from us. Don't worry, we're keeping you updated, of course. So here you go. We've got the game on the board. We've got knight e4 play, bishop takes e7, and then queen takes e7. Yeah, so this is a London system, and okay, white has the pawns on black, and while black has some pawns on white. So it should in general be more or less okay for uh yeah, for both colors. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think both players have any problems at the moment. So
Yeah, and what is the plan for black here in this position?
yeah, so knight e4 is a nice move. It blockades the bishop on d3 from having any active ideas connecting on the king side.
Mm-hmm.
And an idea could be maybe to play a move like knight df6 or to play f6 at the moment. Well, not f6, by the way, because there's a tactic, but knight df6 looks perfectly reasonable, and then perhaps maybe with a move like c5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to put some pressure on the position.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So maybe let's try to move to another board of this match, and here we have Paris Clarides against Alkmaaf Mohammed. And it seems like it's a huge rating by Paris. He's also a FIDE master. And
Yeah, let me confirm that. Let me
sure.
confirm the ratings real quick. It seems to be that, okay, one sec. Yeah, that Mr. Paris is indeed the rating favorite here with about actually a 300 rating points difference because the Libyan player has 1852 rating and Paris Clarides has 2175 rating.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, big difference there. So in the first board, Libya is actually the rating favorite, while on the second board, Cyprus is actually the rating favorite. So
Yeah.
there's a nice balance there, dynamically balanced. Yeah.
So about the position, this is a Sicilian. We have a mark spin structure and a black plate the dragon, I guess.
Yeah, this I recognize this one. This is an
Actually, it's the
accelerated track.
accelerate dragon. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And knight d7 is a move you don't is not exactly considered the main move, but it's an interesting idea. You try to put the knight on a better square, for example, on e5 or on c5. I analyzed this for my chess-based DVDs, and I'm not exactly sure what I recommend here for white, but I know that one of the ideas here for white is to play f4, f5 at some point, because an idea that black has is to play knight c5 and knight e6, and with f4 and f5, it's a nice way to counter that
Mm-hmm.
for white. So, but yeah, the knight does not have to go to c5. It could maybe go also some other place. And
Yeah.
yeah, f4, f5 is one of the ideas there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So white has a small space advantage and black tries. This is once again this dynamic idea. Black is holding on, just waiting for white to overpush, and white has the advantage, yes, but white could overpush and then be worse.
Yeah.
At some point.
And how is changing the black colored bishop here? the dark square bishop here.
Yeah, it is. It's fine. It's white is still having the space advantage here. You could even argue that queen takes b6 was an interesting idea, because white has the more pleasant endgame with more space. Just f4, king f2, king e3, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, white would be in good shape. And after queen d2, yeah, the plan is more or less the same. At some point, you want to play f4, f5 once again. You can play knight d5, of course. Well, maybe not right now. Still,
But
it's always in the air, and I do believe that white is a bit better in this
yeah,
position.
maybe b3, queen d3, knight d5, or bringing the rook, king h1. I mean, what is about this position is what is very nice is that white can take it all this time, slowly improving his position, because yeah, the breakthrough would be as always b5, d5, d5. Sorry, f5 could be also. But at the moment, seems like none of them is a real possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to play a6 and b5 in this position, and so white should be absolutely enjoying an advantage here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
King h2, preparing f4, so white is on the right track here. Twack. Track.
Track. On
Track.
track.
Not twack. Track. Yeah.
So let's maybe open another game of this match. Here we are. I guess we are at the women board. And this game is was a gioco piano. Here is the opening that we had, and not even in Italian, but a really gioco piano with the knight on c3. And suddenly there is a queen on g3 that is trying to attack. I guess the threat is bishop take h6.
Oh wow, okay. That is a ballsy move, g5.
Yeah.
You could have taken a draw, I think, with black if you play knight h5.
Mm-hmm.
Queen g4, knight f6. You could play then queen h4, but I'm not sure if you want to do that, because
Yeah.
black can then take on c2 and win a pawn. So
Yeah,
queen
that's
h4
true.
would not be the best move there. Yeah, but okay, she's saying, okay, let's go for it. I'm gonna trap your queen,
Yeah,
g5.
but h4 seems very very nice to me. In order to open
Yep.
here, I guess g4 is nearly, yeah, but also g4 loses this pawn.
Yeah,
So
I agree. H4 looks very nice. Yeah.
maybe knight h7 is
You
a
could
way.
also play after h4. You still have this knight h5 idea, but yeah, after queen h3, it's not a perpetual anymore.
Yeah, that's true, because the pawn from h3 made free the square for the queen.
Hmm.
But do we have something better here? Maybe queen d1 just.
Could also be. Yeah, I think g5 is also a bit too much, perhaps. But I do like the spirit. I mean, she's not showing any fear. So, yep.
So will you also play g4? Just not to
Oh,
show any fear.
well, in the beginning of the opening, it's not exactly in the spirit of the chess game. But no, I'm joking. It's an interesting opening. I might try it. Yeah. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright, so let's go on with but this is a problem, because the king, guys, look at this. And no! There was 92. Yeah, 92 double check and winning a queen.
Well, knight takes c2 also looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree, but the queen.
Yeah,
It's
winning the
the
queen,
queen.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, f3. I'm always wondering when moves like that are played, is it actually a mouse slip? You
No,
know,
it's never a mouse slip. It's that you miss that,
it
sadly.
could
Sadly.
be. It could be a mouse slip. We are playing online chess, so and sometimes you just move the piece to the wrong square. So
You know
it could
what,
be. It
Roland?
could.
You're such a nice guy that you want always to find a reason of blunders with a mouse slip. But sadly, we humans, and I am a good example of that, we are doing a lot of blunders and just a few times these are mouse slip.
Well, yeah, this could be one of those few times. So yeah, you never know. We'll have to ask them, of course, but they're not available. So yeah,
Yeah,
in that case, this is looking great for
for
black.
black. Yeah.
After h4, black does have to maybe solve some problems with the g5 pawn. A move like knight h7, like you suggested, looks very good
Yeah,
now.
so knight h5 now, I guess.
Or knight h5, indeed.
Maybe knight h5, knight f4, really to show power and go aggressive. Might
Possibly.
be, yeah,
Yeah.
might be an idea because the knight from a4 closed this bishop. Ah, okay, actually not. I'm not sure because after bishop take, pawn take, there will be this hanging. So not sure if this is really
Yeah, I
a
think
great
just
idea.
knight h7
Knight
is
h7 is safer. That's
yeah,
true.
just protecting the pawn. Next move knight c2 or knight b3, and yeah, you should be absolutely fine as black. Just enjoy your rook up.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, white can maybe trap the knight with bishop a4.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, and then maybe white can get some play, but in general, of course, this is better for black, much better. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm just looking if there is a way to save this knight. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I don't see it a clear way, but still, white would be, black would be an exchange up. So let's see. White just offered a draw, just for your information,
Uh-huh.
and the opponent declined the draw.
Well, yeah, I would do that too if I were black. Yeah, that's a good choice from black. Yeah, to decline the draw. It's a good choice for white to offer a draw. In this position, a draw would be a good result. So yeah, it's smart, smart from both players. I'm very impressed by their
Yeah,
negotiation skills there. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. All right, let's move to a new part of. Oh, this is not the board of the match. So let's see if we have. Yeah, this is a new board of this match.
All right, let's take a look. So Larissa playing against Ami-
Arnira.
Amira versus Larissa.
Amira. Amira Stripchenko? No. I
She's
was.
from Russia, I believe, Skipchenko, or
Not
Ukraine,
France?
or
France?
France. Could be. You're confused with someone else, yeah.
But it might be that I also mispronounced the surname, and I'm already very sorry because she's a very strong player.
Yeah, now we've got Amira Abdul Gader here against Larissa Sokolova. So the ratings are in favorite for Cyprus. Larissa Sokolova has 1706 rating, while Amira Abdul Gader has 1484 rating. So on paper, it is saying that Larissa has the better chances here. We're looking at board 4, by the way, and that is the second women's board.
All right. And yeah, it seems that white is doing pretty good here. Let me count the pawns. He's equal pawns. But why is white better here?
Mainly because of the f7 pawn. The f7 pawn is a permanent weakness in black's camp, and if the bishop is going to address it all the time, it might become a lost pawn for black at some point. That is all for the moment. Yeah, it's like Timon once said. Yeah, I keep referring to him. He's of course a chess legend, Jan Timon from the Netherlands in the 80s and 90s. He was one of the best players in the world. But yeah, you need more than one weakness to win a game usually. Yeah.
How
So
many
in end games.
how many inhabitants has Netherlands?
How many?
Uh,
Sorry?
People living in Netherlands.
Oh, inhabitants. Okay, yeah. We've got
Inhabit
17 million people. Yeah,
17.
about
Yeah,
seven.
because I mean to be such a small country, I mean I guess is 1/3 of Italy. I mean, it's really very strong player. chess player. I mean, so it might be that the culture there is a bit stronger. I would say it's just considered a good one of the main sport in Netherlands, or
Chess is regarded well. Most sports that is practiced is football, I believe, and
mm-hmm.
also volleyball and hockey are very popular sports in the Netherlands. What else? Oh, actually, checkers.
Hmm.
Checkers is also quite popular with us. Yeah,
Yeah, then
yeah,
chess should be much more popular then.
yeah. That could very well be. Yeah, yeah. In a comparison to Italy, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
might be. By the way, that was just a curiosity because yeah, when I hear Timan, Tibieco, I mean there are really a lot of strong players from Netherlands, Pruijssers. I mean you
Well,
recognize legendary names, so yeah.
Italy used to have, of course, Fabiano Caruana, but is that like a sore point for a sensitive point for the Italian community?
Oh yeah, I mean I think that the years where Fabiano was playing for Italy were good for Italy. I don't know how much that did it bring, but the point is that he's one of the only top players that we had.
That's true. Well, we only have one, two. Well, at the moment, at least, we've got Anish Giri and Jordan van Foreest being a very nice close second.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, we've got a few 2600 players. I do believe that Italy also has them. For example, Daniele Vocaturo,
Sure.
I believe, and Luca Morioni is doing good. And there was another person that I actually played against. I can't remember his name,
Okay,
but
there are many 2500 GMs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this for sure.
All right,
But yeah, let's go back to the games.
we're just
So
chatting a little bit, everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you know.
All right, so let's see. So back to this position. Yeah, I'm not sure what if Black had a good, yeah, did a good job by putting every pawns on the black squares here, but okay, it's very solid. White still needs to find a way to break through.
Yeah,
At some
maybe
point,
Black thought, okay, let's put all the pawn on the black square. My bishop would be like that, but at least I won't lose any pawn.
yeah, that might be true. Yeah, an idea that comes to mind is just to play d4 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not the best. It will create some weaknesses, I think, but at some point, White does need to push somehow, and with a second plan, and I think that has to be played at some point. Okay, but we've stayed here for a long time. Let's move
Yes,
on.
that's true. Let's move on to. Let's go shortly back to this game. I want just to show that Bishop f4 was not played, so probably here Black is really in a extremely comfy position. Oh wait, only problem might be. Ah no, is hanging the rook on f1. So yeah, once again, Black is doing extremely well. So
Well, what about the move like Rook H8 and Knight F8? Isn't that very close to winning?
yeah, that's true. This bishop is cutting the king away from the g file, so a check on the h file would be already
Yeah, or
deadly.
maybe Queen H6 also looks very tempting at the moment, actually.
Yeah,
Just but Queen H2 is then the reply, but exchanging queens is always good, and then you can take on F4.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
So
it's completely crushing this position, so let's just move on because we will have sooner results there, I guess. And this
okay,
is maybe a bit more interesting.
yeah, it's an interesting positional struggle. So yeah, White played Knight D5 at some point, got this pawn structure on the board. White is clearly better, I would say, because of the e pawn on e7, which is will be a permanent target. But okay, Black can defend that pawn, and once again, I can quote Timon on this: you need more than one weakness to continue. So yeah,
That's true,
Black
that's
is
true.
solid still, but White is, in my opinion, the clear has a clear advantage in this.
Yes. And how could white proceed?
double up the rooks on the e file, perhaps maybe h4, h5 to put some pressure on the g6 pawn. Queen g5 at some point, putting pressure on g6 and e7. So that
Yeah.
is looking like a very good plan, I believe, for
Yeah, something that I learned
white.
actually when my coach was really insisting on this point. When there is one weakness, you have to try to create a second one, because as Roland Stillman said, one weakness is never enough. You have mostly to create one. So mostly, if there is a weakness on, for example, on the queen side, you might try to create another on the king side, and then do like a ping pong attack, first one, then two, then one, then the other, and at one point the position of the opponent will fall, because mostly will not be able to protect everything. So
Exactly, yeah. So that is why h4, h5 is such a nice idea, because with queen g5, then you can attack both the g6 pawn and the e7 pawn. Multitasking, doing two things at the same time, and yeah, it will be hard for black to keep everything together. And yeah, I also don't see any active possibilities for black as well. And something that black might want here in this position is a move f4.
yeah,
So
you know,
that's yeah,
I was exactly thinking. I like to imagine the mate. You see, the queen is a bit like the bishop in the previous game that we saw. So, as we were talking about h4, h5, h take g6, I was exactly thinking that this rook might be a bit dangerous. So, f4 would be extremely cool, and now after h4, h5, h take g6, black could have a suddenly mate. So white
yeah,
is still to take care.
yeah, exactly. Knight f6 was there for yeah, okay. It's a logical move. e7 was under attack, but yeah, yeah. White is doing more or less what he can to put some pressure on the position.
Maybe
h4,
still
h5.
f4. What do you think? Because I guess if queen take, there are many moves. Probably also just knight take d5 can be.
Maybe. Yeah, it could be an idea for black to play f4 still. Maybe
Now
in
not.
preparation of h6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now
this,
not, because g6 would be hanging.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now not f4. So after queen g3, you don't want to play f4. Yeah,
No.
true. But you can play knight h5 perhaps and then f4.
Yeah.
Probably not, but it is an idea that's sometimes in the position.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, interesting positional struggle. Queen g3 played. Yeah,
Yeah.
not f4, of course, like you said.
Yeah, knight h5 seems very logical, and let's see that black time is quite short. So
Ah, we totally forgot to look at the time. Yes, so the Cyprus player has much more time here.
yes, 10 minutes is like 10 times his opponent time, which is, yeah, a difference. Is a difference, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, just knight f6, very well played by black. Now you threaten g5 and f4, which should be a good inclusion. But even if you get that in there, there's always this e7 pawn to take care of. So even if
Yeah,
you trade queens with queen f2, white will still have this weakness on e7 to make use of. But yeah, black is still holding on. I mean, it's not easy for white to
for
break.
white still to break through. Yeah, probably the queen has. Where will the queen go? Probably.
Probably to g3 or f2.
Yeah,
Actually, those are the only two moves.
yeah,
Smart me. Yeah, this could take a while. I have a
yeah. I agree. All right, so let's move to another word of this match. This game looks quite complex. Was, I guess, the Tory attack, yes, with d4, and then knight f3, bishop g5, e3, and c3. So basically, very similar to the London system, but with the bishop of g5 on g5.
Yeah, exactly. And this position is extremely complicated. I need some time to figure out what's going on.
Sure.
Okay, so white is putting the knights on g6 and h4. I'm not exactly sure what white is planning to do over there, but I guess white wants to. What what does black want actually? Maybe that's the more important question. Like, is e5 an idea here to put some to just grab the center? Maybe followed by knight g5 and e4, if possible.
Yeah.
It's such a double-edged position.
Mm-hmm.
Black to move, e takes f5. I'm not sure that's a good idea because then after g takes f5, white can maybe scoot one of the rooks over to the g file, create some problems like that. Oh yeah, one idea is actually for white to maybe play knight f4 and knight e6 to
Mm-hmm.
create a nice knight on e6. So
Yeah.
yeah, that could be an interesting idea
But
there.
now it's black to move.
Yeah, it's black to move. I would say I would definitely consider e5 here. It sounds
E5.
like an interesting idea. Otherwise, maybe move like bishop d7 to maybe try and put some pressure on the f5 pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but e5 looks normal. Otherwise, if you don't want to do anything, just make a waiting move. Then rook c7 is an interesting move. Just at least to get all the knight e7 tricks out of the position. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, lots of options for white for both players. I would say e5 is a critical idea here. I'm very curious to see if black dares to play it off like that because it might has its drawbacks.
Yes, that's true. Okay, let's shortly move to this endgame that, yeah, where white was putting pressure but still was not so easy. And now there is this endgame with bishop against knight. Oh, wait, where. But white is a pawn up, so I guess that this
Oh,
is a great endgame for black.
yeah,
For white, sorry.
for white, but it's once again not so easy to break through. Actually, it is. Just play king g7 and then c5.
I see five now.
Yeah,
That's true.
create another passed pawn with c6, and then it should be more or less easily over
Yeah,
for
that's
black.
true. C5 seems now really convincing. I like. Let's see if. Okay, white is actually a lot of time, but yeah, C5 playing
Yeah.
fastly and convincing.
Yeah, so
So
far looks like a pretty good game from the Cyprus players. So
I agree. I guess now we can just take and then push C6. Just take and C6 and is a G G O.
exactly. Yeah. So that means that I think that Cyprus is doing well from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Seen board four doing well, board two doing well for Cyprus. This is actually board two.
Let's see
And
this board.
what we're looking at now is
Maybe board 5.
board Amira against Larissa. This is actually board four.
Board 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so this is board four, the one where I thought that Larissa was doing well with the white pieces.
Well,
But
now is I mean there is this pass pawn here, pass and project pawn. So still
it
is I
seems
guess
to
it's
be equal. Sorry.
no dynamical
Dynamically
balance.
balanced.
Come on.
Yes, I agree. It's dynamically balanced indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same. All right, so that's the position, and okay, the point is that it's very hard to go on for both color because I mean I'm not sure if yeah if black wants to go with the rook somewhere else because yeah white will also start to push. On the other end, what is white doing? Because he cannot go with bishop and rook somewhere else. Okay, maybe white could try to attack f7, but then no, because he cannot leave the pawn. So basically, is yeah maybe king to f3 and then rook g1, rook h1. This can be an idea, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, black could maybe try to put a king on g5, trying to put some pressure on the g4 pawn.
Yeah.
But okay, I don't know. The weakness on f7 more or less is nullifying the weakness on g4.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just a dead equal position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about dynamically balanced. So do you prefer Ronaldo or do you prefer Lionel Messi?
Okay, Ronaldo is playing for Juventus right now, so how could I say something else?
All right. Well, I think both players are dynamically balanced. They're both very good at their respective playing styles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true. They are two legends, but yeah. Also Ronaldo. I mean, Messi is Messi, but Ronaldo is Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. It's like comparing a defender, for example, Bonucci with Lionel Messi, and that's difficult. I mean, they are both very good at their respective positions. So
Yeah, yeah. So dynamically, dynamically. Oh, how is it that?
dynamically balanced. I think I
Dynamically
need
balanced.
with
Yeah.
this. I think I need to create an emote for myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Dynamically balanced. Yeah,
All right, let's move to
yeah.
another board.
All right. Yeah, let's move to another one.
Oh,
I
I want
think
a knight on e6 here, and I want it now. Go for it. It's like an order.
96 is met by knight c7. Doesn't do so much.
Yeah, but looks cool. Actually, once, I guess I was, where I was, maybe some team competition, by the way. I was playing for Italy, clearly. And my coach said, don't go in squares just to make a picture to your pieces, because doesn't matter if it looks cool, gotta be useful. And yeah, might be that I just do a picture at my knight on e6, but is, yeah, not creating anything concretely. So yeah.
You could wait a little with it, or you could maybe, for example, put the knight on h5, where it actually has some attacking possibilities with
Mm-hmm.
g7. But actually, the problem of white's position is the knight on h4. It doesn't really do anything.
Mm.
Well, if you, for example, magically transfer it to e6 right now, then it has
Magically.
a good purpose. And knight f3, yeah, it doesn't really do anything because I don't think you want to take on g5 there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
he
take.
wants just to change that knight. So maybe we will play h4, forcing. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, c takes d4. I'm not sure. Okay, okay. Wait, what?
You're thinking which pawn should take back, no?
Well, I guess e takes.
It takes seems interesting.
Yeah,
Because it.
solving the back e3 weakness. So
Yeah.
that's
And
why I'm a
also,
bit.
yeah, opening the e file for white as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. C takes d4. In my first glance, it did not really have
Oh,
any.
wait, this escalated quickly. We have the knight on d6, white did a picture to the knight, and I guess that black was not happy with the knight, because it's really looking great there. And so he gave up an exchange for that knight. So you see?
Now it's looking extremely good for white, of course. Yeah, just an exchange up, all the rooks in the right places, and yeah. But okay, if black manages to get control over the position, like for example, put a knight on e4 at some point,
Mm-hmm.
might get hard. It might be very hard for white to make progress at some point. So the game is not over yet. I do think that white has the better chances, but it's not so clear.
But maybe queen e6, and if knight e4 you can take, and then playing c4. So
That's true. Yeah, I do have knight g5 as an in-between move then, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, queen. It's certainly an idea. Yeah, c4.
Yeah.
So after knight e4, what about now c4? Does that make a lot of sense? Or
Yeah, because then, yeah, if even if blacks doesn't do anything, you can go on with. You cannot really go on with c5.
you could just take on d5 and maybe open some files. But
Yeah.
after c4, black might maybe just play a move like f5, protecting the knight on e4. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't dislike black's position actually. I think that if the f pawn and g pawn is as at some moment start rolling, it might be hard for white to defend actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the knight on e4 is a nice piece there, and okay, black has a knight and a pawn for the rook. That
Mm-hmm.
should not be enough, but I think in this position it actually might very well be.
Yeah.
Now watch out for knight h3, and also watch out for your time. Uh,
Yeah.
because they are
Oh,
both in
h4,
good
h4,
time
h4.
mode. But knight e6 simply, or knight f3.
Maybe h5?
Oh, you can knight f3. You can take on g7. Then it's a mate. So therefore knight
Oh.
e6. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
but okay. So rook e1.
Yeah, rook e1 and then rook take d6 could be.
Yeah.
Okay, we
So
will have
queen
probably queen
f5.
f5.
Oh, black is playing well. Now just take f5. Bring the king to f6, and yeah, and it should be maybe okay. But white needs to play h5 at some point, and
Yeah.
just keep those king
Now
side
c4,
pawns.
yeah, c4
c4, perfect. Yeah.
and d5, and it should be a g. Oh.
Okay.
Alright, here is very good. Changing a pair of rook is always pretty good. I guess white will just go with the king.
Yeah, it's not 100% over yet. The d5 pawn will fall, but I believe because after rook d6, you simply have king e7 and the d pawn cannot be protected. This is still not over. This is still not over. White still
Yeah,
has
I guess
to.
this rook e7 was a bit too fast. Maybe rook c1 was better.
Yeah, so actually, also a small reminder for everyone: the players do get 5 move increment per move, 5 seconds increment per move. So that means that they won't be in huge time trouble for long. Yeah, although we do hope to see, of course, some nice time scrambles. But
Yes.
black's position is quite easy to play. You just want to start pushing the queen side pawns. Rook h8, very nice move, by the way. Now the h6 pawn will fall, and it's very clear that this is almost over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now many pawns are falling, so
Yeah. Rook takes h6. Oh, okay. Never mind.
okay, I guess there will be this check and taking that pawn.
But I can start pushing king f5, king e4, f5, f4.
Yeah.
It's interesting to follow this. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Attention, please.
F5, g4. Yeah.
Wait, but the pawn isn't hanging there.
Yeah, and actually maybe black can simply start grabbing all the pawns on the
Yeah, exactly. Just go there, grab everything. Yeah, king c5, c4, I think.
Yeah, king c4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if white is in time to protect the pawns. Oh no, but queen e5, and this I don't like. This move, queen e4, I don't like this move.
Because, yeah, you are sort of playing against the white king, but you have to be really careful not to allow the queen side pawn.
Yeah, now b4, and no, b4 would fall into knight d3.
Yeah, so probably just a check, or rook b7 looks normal.
Yeah, or b3 also.
Yeah, but let's see.
Okay, now maybe.
Okay, I was thinking maybe black is playing for the win because of the tournament situation, but it seems that Cyprus is already far in the lead with 4 points against 1. So Cyprus won this exciting match against the number 2, Libya. Yeah.
Also, honestly, I think that might be very hard during the game to understand what is the team doing. I don't know if will be so easy to to realize it. Maybe you might you might have all the game open of your team like this. You can shortly check the results. But still, clearly online is a bit harder than in OTB because you just see what happened next to you. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now a6 and the pawn should be unstoppable.
Yeah.
So
Exactamo.
also like this. Now I check and push and baby.
Check and push.
Yes.
Check and push.
Oh wait, the time.
Sounds
Wait
like
the
a-
time. Wait the time. Wait the time. Wait the time. Wait.
What?
No.
Oh no!
No, white lost
Oh.
in time due to connection problem. It was so winning.
Was there a connection problem?
Yeah, I saw.
Checking it.
Yeah, I saw the internet connection.
Oh
was red.
wow, that is harsh. That is so harsh.
Ouch! Ouch!
So-
Ouch!
Cyprus wins 5-1 then in that case. Wow, that's a tough beating for Libya, and of course, this should have been a 4-2 result, of course.
Yeah.
So, that's very unfortunate. So some players, of course, have trouble with their internet connection. So, but
Yeah.
what to do?
This can happen and is part of the game. Yeah.
Alright. So let's take a look at what in this round happened with the scores. So what happened to the scores, Alessia?
So Mauritania won 6-0 against Grenada. Grenada is fighting to get some points, but we hope that in the next 4 rounds they will fight some. They will have some intense battle and maybe bring almost some points. Aruba won against Cayman Islands 4.5, 1.5. Cyprus, we just saw let's say it's in the last point and won 5-1 against Libya. We have a 5.5 to a half point between Cape Verde against Antigua and Barbuda. And last but not least, Haiti won 5-1 against St. Lucia. And here we are.
Yeah, so what did this all mean with the standings? Well, it's of course clear that Cyprus is now the clear first in the standings, beating the number 2, Libya, as you can see. And now Aruba is now in second place with their win in the last round, and Libya and Mauritania still in the top 4 spots as well. But Haiti, Cape Verde, and St. Lucia closely behind. It's really one of the tightest groups, although Cyprus is clearly ahead of the rest of the field there. So
it's really one of the one of the hardest poll to guess who will qualify, because there are really a lot of teams fighting, and I guess we will see a fight until the last round. And this is just nice because it's funner to watch, so we are ready. And I guess that we're going to get a short break before the last round of the day, round number 6. So guys, I guess we will see in about 4-5 minutes, and so see you soon. And here we are, last round of the day. So we are in Pool C, base division, and actually the rounds have been started already. So let's have a quick look to the pairings to understand which team are we going to follow. And here we have Grenada against St. Lucia, Cape Verde against Haiti, Cyprus against Antigua, Cayman against Libya, Mauritania against Aruba. So
Ooh,
your choice.
Yeah, I'm very interested in Mauritania versus Aruba. Those two players are also in the top standings. So, and the other matches, there seems to be a clear favorite. So, I think that this one will be the most exciting.
Yeah,
So,
so let's go for that. Let's go Mauritania against Aruba.
yeah.
And okay, I guess I know the Aruba flag. And is none of this.
It is blue,
No,
light
it's St.
blue,
Lucia.
sky blue.
Yes, it's this one. It's this one. Here we have. So here we have one of the boards. I guess this will be maybe the women board.
I'll
Mina.
have to check that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Leslie and Mina, that looks like women board.
I wanted to say that Mina is a very famous singer in Italy. She was, I guess, a soprano. Not sure about what I'm saying. So, but she was going very up with his voice. La, 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 something like that.
Okay. Yeah, a famous singer. Yeah, Mina.
Yes, Mina.
Okay.
Brava, brava, brava. Okay.
Oh, we want more or less. Yeah, give us more. No, okay. So yeah, this is indeed board 3. So that means the top women's board in this match.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mina is unrated actually, while Leslie has a rating of 1243. So I'm just going to check something. What are the previous results of the two players?
Yeah,
Because
good.
I
That's
can
good.
find that as well. Let's see. Leslie has so far 3 out of 5, so she's doing pretty well. And then Mina actually has 3.5 out of 4, I believe. So yeah, they're both doing very well. With Mina, although she has no rating yet, she is actually one of the top scorers of the team.
Yeah, that's this. Yeah, this is a good sign. So
Oh,
this will be a battle. So let's see, what is this position? It was a Sicilian with a strange move. Bishop c4 is not a common it's not a common move against 1c5. But yeah, let's see how it went on. Knight f3, castle. Okay, White played extremely scholastic, I would say. Bishop c4, knight f3. Seems like he was playing against 1e5. But
yeah.
knight c3, yeah, you see, seems very, really very the Gioco Piano style. I guess she learns this move, and so she's trying to develop her piece in castle, which is also completely fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a bad system actually. Usually, I think they played with the f4 move there to try and get some f5 ideas going. And yeah, this d3 system, if you put a3 and bishop a2, then the bishop has a nice square on a2 permanently. So it's actually not that bad of a system. It is, it's playable. It's I would try to play it with a pawn on f4 so that you have a little more things to play. Yeah. Opportunities for attack on the king side.
Yeah, which I like. So let's see the position that we have currently on the board.
All right, knight takes f3. So yeah, black's pawn structure is a little bit damaged, but it might not be that much of a problem because black can always play f5.
Yeah, that's true.
And
f5 would probably solve all the problems. Also make free the dark square bishop. Maybe put also some pressure on the d4 pawn. So I quite like. I think this position is dynamically balanced.
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, after f5, does white maybe have something? Maybe something like bishop f4.
Because yeah, that's true. This is actually a weakness. We got stated clear. D6 is a weak point, and yeah, if white is able to attack, yeah, would be an advantage for white clearly.
Yeah, it's not that easy to attack that pawn because the d4 pawn is also under attack. So yeah, it's a little unclear. Let's just go with dynamically balanced. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, unclear position. I think that white may. The computer is saying that white is better, but I don't really see it at this moment. There must be a reason, of course, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have some deep
Fine.
thought. I did some deep calculation. So bishop f4, bishop take d6, rook e8. I thought e5, and if bishop take here, I have queen d5 attacking here and attacking the bishop. So I thought, I'm either a genius or I'm either very stupid.
It's
No,
interesting. Black still has bishop e6, or
yeah, but after bishop e6, I thought I could take, but it's not
yeah,
over yet
then
because
bishop takes b3. Yeah, it looks interesting. e5. I don't have to take with black actually. I could just leave it there and just play a move like bishop e6. I believe.
bishop e6. That's
Maybe
true.
maybe
This
this is
is
also, or bishop c6 might actually be better. But yeah, okay, it's an interesting idea. Maybe you have bishop takes f7 at some point with white. Maybe some queen f4, queen h6 idea here. Yeah, it could be. e5 might be a brilliant move, actually, Alice. Yeah.
yeah, maybe. All right, so let's see what will happen here. Actually, no, we have not this idea, but we have e take f5, bishop take f5. Maybe, I don't know, bishop e3 or queen d5 here.
Queen d5. I think bishop e6 is then an equalizer. Bishop e3, then probably a move like rook. I wanted to say rook e8, but that's not true. Bishop e3 looks quite testing actually, because the bishop on f5 is not really.
But
having a lot of fun.
what about bishop f4 again?
Okay, then bishop takes d4.
Bishop take d6
Rook e8.
and queen d5.
That
That's
might be
right.
it. Yeah, rook goes, queen d5, attacking f7 and d4. All right, there you go. Yeah, that should win a pawn, actually. Actually, I could maybe play bishop takes b2. Is that weird?
Wow.
I
I
am,
guess I take, and I wish that you sacrifice this, that you take the rook actually. And maybe I play rook c1 and I also do, you can't take the rook.
Yeah, that's true. You cannot take the rook. Now I have to do something like queen d7 or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is looking really good for white, of course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, bishop takes c1 is mate in 1 after queen f6.
Yes, let's show the mate because it's always nice to show mate on the board. So, yeah. But let's see what happens here. We have bishop b3. They don't have my genius idea. But yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's a very interesting position at least.
Yeah?
Rook e8. So also positionally, this doesn't look that great for black because the bishop on f5 might get into some trouble if white ever plays a move like g4. Although in this position, bishop e4 is possible. So, yeah, but well, not yet because of 7 is hanging. But for example,
Yeah.
a move like queen d7 first. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's white to move. So for example, g4,
Oh, wow,
bishop
g4.
e6. Yeah.
And something like bishop d5.
Yeah, could also be very good. Rook e7, perhaps.
Rook e7.
But then bishop g5, it does look a bit awkward, all of this.
Yeah, that's true.
Bishop
Maybe
d5
rook b8 is needed instead after bishop d5.
could also be good, yeah. And then rook c1, queen d7. I wish I could play g4, but black still has bishop d3 as his disposal. So maybe just first rook fd1 or bishop e6 is now possible.
Yeah, also bishop e6.
Yeah, that is why I wanted to wait with bishop d5 so that after bishop e6 you have d5.
D5. That's true. That's true. I like it. So let's see. Actually, we have rook c1.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good move. Queen d7, I suppose.
And then g4 you would like to play.
I would be interested in a move like that. But in this case, black has bishop e4 as an easy reply there.
But what about g4 immediately?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then bishop e6 has to be played. d5, bishop d7. And now rook c1, queen d8. It's not so clear how you make progress though in this
Yeah,
position.
because now this
Yeah.
the bishop is blocked and you have a problem with b2, and sadly this bishop is very powerful.
Yeah, so this looks good for white somehow, but it's hard to actually make the right choices here. Yeah, probably just bishop d5 like you said. So
Okay, this what? Oh, yeah.
yeah. Now this is what I was looking for.
Yes, exactly. This was the plan and it went perfectly. The mistake was queen d7, that is clearly cutting, eliminating the last square for this poor bishop that now is in trouble. Actually, black has still the possibility to play queen bishop d3. Is a needed move, but black went wrong with bishop e6, and now d5 is on the board and the piece is lost.
Bishop e4 was necessary instead of bishop e6 or bishop d3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so white is going strong here. Good for Mauritania.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we take a look at another game perhaps? We've put some pauses in this game already, so.
Here we have another game. Oh, and we just get a critical moment. I see a sacrifice on h3. Mostly this sacrifice is very good when the piece on f3 is not protected. But now I don't understand what happened after g take h3.
Okay, yeah, I also am struggling to see what the idea is behind that sacrifice. There's no way of entrance for the queen or for the knights.
Yeah,
I think it was a bit too optimistic, to be honest. But yeah, I don't see a clear way to get in. Simply.
No, I agree. Maybe I don't know, knight here, but also no, it's not really working. So I guess was just a wrong sacrifice here, and clearly this means that white is a piece up. So good position. But let's see before the sacrifice if I was the position. I guess it's pretty completely fine for black, I would say. I actually prefer black because he has a bit more space. So
yeah, it should be perfectly fine for black. I agree there. But maybe white can just take and play c4 at some point, and just treat it as some sort of French exchange variation. No, I mean like okay, never mind. Yeah, it resembles some sort of French position, I believe, where you take early on e4. White needs to take back with the knight on e4, and but yeah, the black is perfectly fine in this but bishop takes h3. Yeah, now white is clearly better, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, let's try to find maybe other games of this match. This might be the junior board.
Let me reaffirm that.
Sure.
Or just affirm that.
This was the opening. Now, yeah, and just you remember, Roland, we showed that.
Antonio,
yeah, the famous Antonio. And yeah, here we have knight e5. That is, yeah, I guess I said, I guess this morning, that I was playing this when I was younger. This knight c3, so the 4 knights. And I was very happy to face bishop c5 because here white gets a great position after knight take d5, Bishop
Mhm.
take, queen take. I really like white position. Clearly, a natural move like knight c6 is not working because
Yeah,
g7 is hanging.
usually instead of bishop takes d4, you want to play a move like bishop d6 to at least preserve the bishop pair. But yeah, after a move like f4, it's still pretty interesting for white. Yeah,
Yeah.
to
Okay.
prolong a piece sacrifice and then play e5 simply.
Maybe now f4 is. I don't know if here is f4 the move. I
It's
guess
an
not.
interesting way.
I guess is the move is a good move when the knight is on f6. So let's say
Oh,
a3 knight f6 and now f4 is a good move, I guess.
yeah, because now knight g6, you have e5 with double.
Yes. But now I guess to take is the good way to go
Yeah,
here.
and now bishop d3 probably.
Yeah, bishop d3 and maybe in the future f4 could be an idea.
Yeah, looks like a good version
Yeah.
of another opening. Yeah,
So here we had something different. Queen take d4, f6, and let's go to the uh, current position. As we see, white castle on the queen side and played f4, and now put the knight on d5. It's an ambitious way of playing it.
yeah, and yeah, I by the way can affirm that this is indeed the youth board. So board 5 we are looking at. The Mauritanian player Taleb Mohammed has 1811 rating, while Antonio has 1432 rating.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly the Mauritanian player is the rating favorite. Although in this position, I'm not sure who is better. I would I would say that White has some things to prove here actually. White is a pawn down,
Yeah.
and Black's gonna play Queen D7 and Long Castle. And White needs to take the
Okay.
f4 pawn
Yeah.
at some point, I believe.
Yeah.
After which Black's position is more or less fine,
Yeah, that's true.
I believe. So structurally, this is good for Black, but okay, maybe White can play a bit annoying with a move like Queen b3, for example.
Yeah, queen b3 is attacking b7, maybe is bringing also the bishop to b5, and would be very nice if white is on time to play e5 while the king is still on e8.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic, of course. Yeah,
Okay, by the way, I guess we have a result. Okay, we have a result, but actually is a team that we are not following. But still, let's announce that Cyprus won on the first board, I guess, against the team of Antigua. Um, Now maybe let's search another game. Yes, this
true.
is
That was the first board.
yes.
Okay, so now we are looking at a very equal endgame. And let me check the players.
Yes, I guess it's
So
the youth
Amam
board.
versus Sagastagui. Let's take a look.
Yes, my I guess it's just the youth
Ah,
women board that we are.
yeah. This is the youth woman board, and I actually have something to say about Sagastagui. She has a full 100% score so far. So she is doing amazing on the last board, and she is carrying her team to a very good standing so far. So let's see if she can keep the 100% against her opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And her opponent doesn't have a rating. Tamara Rastgi has 1212 rating
Yeah.
herself. So I'm not sure who I would call the favorite because not being rated doesn't always mean you are worse than 1,000 rating, for example. So
Yeah.
yeah. Who is better and why here? I would say white is slightly better because the king is closer to the center.
That's true. That's true.
But it should be. Is it a draw? I mean, after king d4, king c5, king b6, or maybe some chances for white. Nah, but it should be. It should be okay for. I
I'm
think
not
it should
sure
be.
because I mean, how is let's say the plan for white is clear, and what is black doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so after king d4, Yeah, ideally you want to play b6 to stop the king, but that's not possible because the
Yeah.
pawn on c6 is hanging. You can walk along with your king, maybe just play king e7, king d8, king c8, but then
Yeah.
you have chances with b4, b5, and then yeah, okay, it's not so easy as I thought. Maybe white actually has some chances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have an idea. So if white plays king d4 and king c5 and king b6, and I'm going to play king e7, king d8, and king c8, and then put my bishop on d3, and then I don't see how white is going to continue.
Yes, but is white to move, I guess, no?
Yeah, so king d4, king
S-
e7, king
yes.
c5, king d8, king b6.
Wait, isn't to move that white gets to b6?
So here I want to play king, let's say king e6 then.
So I play king c5?
White, black's to move now.
No, is yeah, you play king e6, no?
Yeah, king e6,
And I
king
play king
c5,
c5,
king d7,
king b6,
king c8.
and I play b5.
Oh, you're in time, you want to say. Ah, that's true. You are right on time. Yeah, okay, so I don't have the time to play bishop d3 then.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so this is a problem
For
for black
black, yeah.
then. Yeah, so that would mean that Tamara has
Is fighting for a full score.
yeah, might lose her full score here. Full 100% score.
Wait, is Tamara the white that has a full score, I guess, no? So she's fighting to
Yeah. Yeah, Tamara is actually the player from Aruba, of course. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that
No
was
worries, no worries.
yeah, Tamara is doing very well for country Aruba at the
Yeah.
moment. So that means that if she wins, she's white and she's close to winning. So yeah, she's fighting for a full 100% score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, and yeah, just a reminder, everyone, the ratings that you see right here are actually the chess.com ratings and not their official feeder ratings. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to keep you updated on their actual ratings. Of course, as best as I can, so bear with
Yeah,
me.
sure. Okay, I guess I mean, this endgame is very interesting, but still there is a lot of time for both players. So I guess they are. White wants to think a little bit where to go with the king, and so let's switch to another game. We saw it already. This game and is a bit went on a bit like we thought. So yeah, queen d7 and long castle. But now bishop e5 might be.
Just a6. I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, black wants to keep the knight ideally, I think, just to get to put it on e5 and just say like, okay, you stay right there. You're
But
nicely
what
placed.
is after bishop b5 a6 to try to sacrifice there, to take there? Because
Well,
I take.
you want to play rook e3, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That might work. We could take a look. So
Yes.
bishop takes a6, b takes, queen takes, king b8.
I would give a check.
But then I have king a8 and knight a7.
Ah, now you have this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you play rook e3
The
immediately,
point is that I'm not threatening any check because there is the bishop. So probably.
after knight d5, you do threaten that move. So
Yeah. Also,
It's a bit scary.
yeah, it's a bit scared. That's true because also rook a3 I would threat mate on a8. So.
I think I have knight a7 again though, because after rook a3, I have c6.
And after knight d5.
Maybe. I think I want. Let's see. Take and queen c8 perhaps.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
This,
because.
this looks okay actually for white because after queen a5, I think you have a draw with rook a3 and rook b3 repetition.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, looks interesting.
Interesting idea. Yeah, not so easy to counter.
Yeah, so we have bishop b5, king b8.
King
And-
b8 is easier. Yeah, king b8 is much easier.
Take. and we have an endgame where the black pawn structure is also now a problem. That is the c6 pawn, and also white has a weak pawn on e4. But maybe 5 now, and that would be e5 now.
Could be very good, yeah.
And now I like white position because clearly, probably black will take on e5 because I think it might be dangerous to allow white to push e6 and to go on.
I can play maybe g5 here as black. The idea, if you move the knight away, that I can move the bishop to d5, for example.
Okay, let's shortly see g5. What about e6 here? F take.
Yeah, e takes f7. I wanted to just try and grab that pawn, but it seems that I can't.
Yeah, it seems I can play. I mean, rook d7. There is rook e8, and if rook f8, there is rook e7, followed by rook f1, rook f4.
Exactly. Yeah.
So looks great.
Looks great for white. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So white, black here took, and now I guess this endgame is slightly better for white to do this structure. That is a bit.
I would say that it's okay for black because that's the only weakness there is, and the bishop on f7 may have some potential. For example, if you put it on d5, that's something just to maybe start attacking the g2 pawn. But I totally agree. Yeah, white is slightly better.
Yeah, this square here, knight c5, maybe rook on a5. Yeah, there is some potential for white for sure. So let's see how it's going on.
I am wondering, rook e8. I was wondering if that was going to be played. So what about rook takes, bishop takes, and knight e8? I'm wondering if that knight e6. Sorry, I'm wondering if that wins a pawn. I don't believe so. No. But trading rooks, I think, would be a good idea because then black has no counterplay whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
And white's king is also closer to the center. So king d2, king d3, king d4. Yeah, so white can press this position a long time. c4, good move.
Okay, so as here we have an interesting endgame, I want shortly to switch to another interesting endgame that we had. And it's actually, I think, what about, king f6?
King f6, king a6 perhaps. King takes g5 and then king b5, and that should be a draw.
Should be a draw, so probably white misplayed at one point. Yes, white played here g4, that is not a good move. Probably.
G4 only helps black. Maybe it was still okay, but putting the pawn on g4 makes it a target, and now in the current position, white is sort of regretting that.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, so was a bit a pity. And now, king d6 is still a try, but now black is just waiting, not doing anything, probably.
Yeah, if bishop d7, just king b8. And if you take on c6, then black can take on g4.
Yes, and also just moving the bishop, bishop g2, bishop d5.
Also good. Yeah, white does not have any potential in this position. Well, maybe if black plays bishop g2 and bishop f1, then maybe...
Yeah, that's true, the king can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, king
it should
b8.
Be a draw. It should be a draw.
Also king a6, maybe.
Yeah, I like your suggestion. Just keep the bishop on that diagonal. And if you play king e5, then bishop f3 once again, and you're right on time to play king a6 and king b5.
Yeah.
It should be an easy draw for black. Yeah, but you never know. Once again, mouse slips, and once again, time trouble perhaps. We're not nearing the end of the time, but and also, just a reminder again, everybody, they get 5 seconds per move increment. So
so let's come back to this hand game. Oh, I don't find the bishop anymore. I guess yes. Something happened in the time travel. Everything can happen. The knight can be very powerful and deadly with these double attacks. And here, white
Mhm.
collect the bishop, and now he's enjoying this winning position.
You hate to see it. Well, actually, there's still stalemate potential for black. For example, if knight d8 is played, then there might be some
Yeah, that's true.
stalemate. But okay, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen after
I
knight.
guess the knight won't get the square, but will actually grab that pawn, and white will try to go
Yeah, just
promoting that.
push the pawns and don't look back, and it's way
Yeah.
up.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to some other game. I guess we have some results. Okay, this we saw actually already. Cyprus won, or maybe it's neither one of Cyprus. Might be that we saw two victory of Cyprus. Yes, this was the other victory. This was actually the victory that we saw.
Yeah.
So, and here we have a result that no, another victory from Cyprus. So Cyprus is winning everything. Now we know it.
Yeah. What I can see, Cyprus is 4-0
Yeah.
against Antigua and Barbuda. So
And
they're
also here is doing very well. I mean, all the black pieces are attacking.
a piece up for black as well.
Yeah.
So this
So
also looks kind of over. So Cyprus, once again, just like in the previous rounds, doing extremely well. Yeah, they are the clear favorites to win at this point.
yes, and
To win the
leading the
pool.
pool C. So okay, let's move. I know this is another game of Cyprus, but it's actually a very interesting end game, I would
I
say.
believe this is board 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we
Let me
have
check.
Paris.
Yeah, this is board 2
Mm-hmm.
of yeah. And what is going on here? Isn't black just close to losing here? A draw. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's actually a bit of an upset because board 2 for Cyprus was a FIDE master, and the rating that I've got here for Chester Grant, the board number 2 of Antigua and Barbuda, actually had a rating of 1173.
Wow.
So that is a pretty huge upset. Yeah,
Wow, and the 1100 against a Freedom Master makes a draw. And wow, this is incredible. I mean, it's a huge rating difference.
it is.
Wow.
Well, for the team, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, Cyprus won big time.
Yeah,
But
but I guess
yeah,
that for Cesare Grant, this is a great game. So happy
yeah,
for him. He will be celebrating tonight.
yeah. Maybe one or two beers, yeah, to celebrate. Hey, I drew an FM. Yeah,
Okay, these are let's stick with this game that actually we didn't see before, I guess. It's the game of the match that we are following between Mauritania and Aruba.
all right.
And so
Board two. I think we haven't discussed that board yet so
yeah,
far.
no, we didn't discuss probably this board. Yeah, seems like an equal position, but Queen and Rook are on the board, and few time is also on the board. So
Black could play Queen F1 ideas. That is something White really has to watch out for at some point. So Black's king is safer. White has more active pieces. Yeah, it should be a draw. I
this is
mean,
maybe the perfect case to say dynamically balanced.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
would go probably to f4, e3, e5, e6, something like that. I would try at least.
So I'm wondering what the standings are. Like, I feel like the Mauritanian player is trying to his best to win this position. So that might indicate that the team is not doing too hot.
Yeah.
But okay, I have some results. Currently, it's 2-2 actually, with two boards still remaining, it seems, and those are the number 1 and number 2 board. Wait, okay, so Queen E5, be careful. white. Okay, it works. Queen e5, queen f4. Nice resource. Yeah, okay, so black is trying. Black is trying to make something out of this. But yeah, okay, queen takes... Wait, what about queen takes h6 now?
h6. Yeah, h6 is hanging.
That would have won a pawn, I believe.
Yeah.
So e5. Now white is thinking, okay. You don't want to draw, then I also don't want to draw. Let's play on.
Yeah, but I think e5 is
Oh, but
not a
queen takes
good
e5.
idea.
Queen takes e5. It's with check.
Yeah. But still, white has rook a7, so
Rook a7. Yeah.
is not a big deal.
Still with a drawish rook ending. I'm very curious to see the first board then. Could we take a look at Peter van der Brink versus CD Boydia, perhaps?
Oh.
If that name is somewhere available. The problem for us is that they're not always using their full names.
Yeah, exactly. So the nickname sometimes is different. So I cannot see the board. But I could... Yeah, if I would have the exact name, I could try to follow the player.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for us. It would be nice to see how the match is going to end. This is one of the top matches of this round. So far 2-2, so it's extremely exciting. But yeah, we'll try to find, of course, the right board. But
yeah, we have a clear win. This might be an interesting endgame because there is just one pawn and queens. But mostly, this is pretty good for the player that has the extra pawn because it's really much easier to play for for the player with the extra pawn. You have just try to push it and to queen it.
Yeah, so we're looking at the first board of the women, so board 3. So yeah, is this winning or is it a draw? It seems like, well, it's of course very hard to defend an endgame like this because there are always some here.
But we have the
Actually,
repetition.
I think I spoke too soon. I think that black had a forced draw here. Yeah, it seems like it. Okay, so that was a draw. Haiti with this draw actually has won the match. It's now on 3.5 points versus Cape Verde. So good job for Haiti.
So this is instead that rook hand game that we were following and should be a draw.
Oh, this is nice. Okay, so I was right. Mauritania player has to win in order to make a tie in the match. Peter van der Brink from Aruba won on the first board, and therefore they are now leading with 3-2, and the black player has to win this to tie the match.
Yeah, but honestly, I think that to win this, might... Okay, well, let's see.
Rook f8 looks like a very good drawing attempt there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's no...
Yeah, now a draw. Okay, maybe a try. Oh, not really.
If you want to draw, you can also keep checking the king until wherever. So rook a3, where's the king gonna go? Or this is fine too. King g3.
Yeah. And, king g5. King g5 to play on. King g5
King
to play.
g5, also good. Rook b6.
Maybe rook e7, cutting the king away, trying it at least.
Yeah, maybe. There's not a lot of time pressure here, but one wrong pawn ending exchange and you could lose, as we've seen in previous rounds.
Yes. So, I guess that if white keeps just a rook on the 4th rank, should be completely fine. Maybe, rook a7, rook check.
It's quite easy to hold this to a draw. Yeah, so we're gonna stick with this game. It's the last game that is still playing in this round.
Yes.
And yeah, it's actually a decisive game as well. So that was pretty exciting, actually. Yeah. All right, so let's keep an eye on the 50 move rule, perhaps.
Yes. So which move was the last move to was here, I guess. Yes,
Yeah,
move 60. So, oh no,
a little bit later. Yeah.
yes, a bit here.
So rook takes f6, and that's
We
move
had g5.
64.
No, actually, move 67. So we are really. Yeah, but a draw was agreed. Probably there is repetition of moves. Yeah, let's see.
I
Yes.
see.
Yeah, I guess this position 1, 2. Oh.
No, they just agreed to draw.
Ah, they just agreed a draw. Okay.
It seems. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's unfortunate for Mauritania because that means that Aruba won this exciting match and is
Yeah.
now very good for promotion. Yeah, all right. So that is the end of today's Pool C games. We of course are going to recheck what is going on in the matches. So yeah, Saint Lucia won 6-0 against Granada. Granada is having a hard time creating 6 players for the matchup. So they actually came prepared with 3 players. So, but Saint Lucia won the other 3 games anyway. So Cape Verde losing to Haiti 4.5, 1.5. Cyprus convincingly winning 5.5. And then Cayman Islands surprisingly held Libya to a draw with 3-3. That was something
Yeah.
we did not expect. And of course, the big match of the day, 3.5 for Aruba. It has not been updated yet, I see, but it is a win for Aruba with 3.5 versus 2.5. So there you go. Yeah, of course, also take a look at the standings then.
Sure. Here we have. Here we are with the standings, and Cyprus is leading. Cyprus has 3 extra points from the second place. Aruba has 9 points, and then there are Haiti and Libya with 8 points. Following Mauritania, that just lost a critical match against Aruba. And we also saw the last game that ended up in a draw and is at the 5th place with St. Lucia with 6 points. Once again, this Pool C is really the pool where we are going to see fight until the last round, because to get a spot to the division into the Division 4, the first 4 team will get a spot in the Division 4. So clearly there will be a lot of fight to reach that 4th place.
Yeah, I agree. Still a lot of fight in this pool, so that would be interesting to follow in the next day. So that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be back, obviously, with round 7, 8, and 9. And yeah, it was a long day of casting, but there you go. We are done with the round 4, 5, and 6 of today for the base division pool A, B, and C. Yeah, so okay, I asked this question before. What is your favorite moment of this pool C, Alessia? What
I
stuck
guess
with
I
you?
have the moment, and this do you remember was probably at the previous round when was played e3, and there was a discovery attack giving also was a mixture of 2 tactic team. So was a 92 giving a double attack, and was in the meanwhile also a discovery attack with the bishop giving check. So I guess
Oh, yeah,
this
that
was
moment. I understand. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh, that was an interesting moment. Yeah.
I guess this was I was a bit angry because I wanted to see that move. But yeah, we didn't have that. But still, I think that Black managed to win that game, so still, it's fine. And what about you, Roland? Do you have?
Yeah, oh, that is a tough one. We've looked at so many games already. I like the bishop ending we saw in the last game. It was eventually a draw, but actually that was the draw where Tamara, the last board player of, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes, was in.
Aruba, I believe, was. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, of Aruba
Yes.
actually. Oh, she won the game.
Oh.
She won the game. I thought it ended in a draw. Ah, that was the bishop ending. with the bishop on d7 and the black bishop was on f3, pawns
Yeah,
on
but
c5 and g4. And I thought it was going to be a draw, but it seems that she managed to win that game anyway.
she does magic trick on the board.
Yeah, yeah, she is now still on a 6 out of 6, so going strong for Team Aruba.
She's on
And I
fire.
thought it was a really interesting bishop ending, so I'm going to take that as my moment of this pool.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's good. So I guess we are ready. I want really to remind everyone that tomorrow is the last day of this base decision, so it's probably the most exciting day of these 3 days. Because we are going to know which are the teams, the 12 teams that are going to advance to Division 4. So, guys, stay tuned. At 9 a.m. the round are 9 a.m. Central European time. The last 3 rounds are going to start, and this is about Pool A. Pool B will start at 2 p.m. Central European time, and Pool C at 7 p.m. So really, we are going to understand which team will advance to Division 4. So I'm excited. I hope to sleep tonight. Roland, will you be able to sleep?
I will not. All this hectic stuff in these events are making my head spin. I need a while. I need a while. Probably won't sleep. I'll probably be with very dark eyes tomorrow morning. But
Oh no,
no,
actually, I hope you can get some rest because we
uh,
have 9 hours of commentary tomorrow, so I
of
want you
course,
to be ready and energized to do that.
I will do my best, of course, to get some good night's sleep. Yeah. So once again, thank you for watching, everyone, and hopefully we will see you back tomorrow.
Yes, sure. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Stay safe, and bye bye.